How does classical traditional theism help us understand what life is? Classical traditional theism introduced into the West the idea that life in the universe is only a part of what life is. Life now becomes a part of eternity. Life goes beyond this universe into eternity itself. Under atheism, life begins at day one and life ends on the last day of your life. What is life? Life is existing. What is the purpose of life? Life's purpose is to exist. What happens during life? Many things, some good, some bad. Why does life happen? Just because. That is enough explanation for atheism. In essence, life has no greater purpose than being just what it is. Life, a word, a simple concept, something that begins and ends. Classical traditional theism takes a step beyond this. Life is more than just birth, death, and what goes on between the two. Classical traditional theism goes on to say there is more. Hope now evolves that life is not the end, and as such, behavior becomes elevated. The individual life takes on greater significance, and so does behavior in most cases. Life being unlimited by time changes the concept of what life is. Attaching the concept of eternal existence to life now adds a new possibility to life. Now life gains an appearance of having some purpose. Why else would one leave one state of being, life before birth, in order to come into another state of being, into the universe? If there were not a reason, why would you die? If your soul is eternal, leaving this existence in order to get back to where you came from would imply a need to do so. Under classical traditional theism, hope arises, for logic springs up regarding the possibility that there is significance to all of this. Atheism, not so. Classical traditional theism, such as Judaism, Christianity, Islam, and others, provide hope. Hope for millions, billions of souls. Existence outside this universe, however, is still uncertain. Under classical traditional theism, the size, conceptually, of the causative force and the God-world relationship is limited to just part of the region beyond the boundaries of the universe. There is a separation, a substance dualism. Under these theisms, our universe does not lie within God, the causative force. The result of this limited perception regarding the size of God is that you still have no significant impact upon the causative force. This limited perception regarding the size of the causative force, a one-way relation, leads to limited behavior we generate towards others. We see others as being limited as well. What does classical traditional theism have to offer us as individuals? Classical traditional theism offers us an expanded view of our significance, offers the individual eternity, and offers us hope, purpose, significance. What idea does classical traditional theism present that provides us with hope? Judaism, Christianity, Islam provide an expanded view of the causative force. God is indeed reverenced. They expand the boundaries of existence. Under atheism, the boundary of the universe is as far as we go. Judaism, Christianity, Islam, etc. acknowledge the possibility of existence beyond this boundary. Classical traditional theisms then establish the idea of the existence of another entity or being that exists outside the boundaries of the universe. Here is where they introduce hope, for they invite us to consider that we, our essence, will be able to move beyond our physical universe and move into this region of eternity. Now, the atheistic concept of temporary existence is expanded to eternal existence. Hope evolves regarding your existence for now. You can understand that you may not actually die. You may live forever. The significance here lies not only in the realization that hope has evolved, now your existence into eternity may be real. This generates the idea that your eternal existence may depend on how you behave, or what you believe, or how you may treat your fellow human being. Behavior and faith in this life now become important elements regarding your existence in eternity. This idea results in a massive elevation of human behavior towards others and towards oneself. An example, Judeo-Christian ethics. A major leap in human behavior now takes place due to a perceptual understanding regarding the size of the causative force. How big is God? Should we limit it? The causative force now becomes defined from non-existence to existing. The size now comes into question. The size of God is defined to be almost completely omnipresent. Not completely, because the causative force does not include the universe under the perceptions of classical traditional theism. If the causative force is truly omnipresent, then quote-unquote evil would have to be a part of the causative force, and this seems inconceivable. It may seem inconceivable, although evil in biblical prophecy is a temporary condition. Overwhelming fear of such a perception drove classical traditional theism to reject this idea and thus shrink the potential size of the causative force, and with it your potential, my potential, the potential of all individual souls.